Hello everybody, my name is Emmanuel Bamidele. I am reporting from Liechtenstein. It's already in the news that the Liechtenstein government released $277 million to Nigerian government, which is part of the money which was claimed that the Abacha looted and stashed abroad. Behind there is the government building of Liechtenstein, where we will be going to speak with the responsible person to know more about this detail. We are between the Nigeria money that was stashed abroad by the Abacha family and the Nigerian government. Here we are in Liechtenstein. I am Emmanuel Bamidele reporting for African Mirror TV. Thank you. Thank you very much, sir, for accepting to the interview from the African Mirror Television. As you know, we are here for the asset return to the Nigerian government by your office. First of all, it's in the news, but we need a confirmation to be really sure. Is it true that your government is releasing or has released 277 million to Nigerian government?
On June 25th of this year, 226.4 million US dollars were transferred to an account of the Nigerian Central Bank. This brings the total of the assets returned to over 300 million US dollars. The other amounts have already been previously returned, like 10 million earlier this year, and the other amounts in years past.
Why did it take so long before this money was returned to the government?
And these assets were held by a number of entities which were set up by the Abacha family, and the whole case was very large. It involved many jurisdictions. It involved a whole array of financial intermediaries in a number of jurisdictions, and we needed assistance from all these jurisdictions, including Nigeria. And also the other side, the Abacha family, they employed an array of lawyers who fiercely contested every move we made. So there were many legal appeals, but we are happy to confirm that the proceeding has been finalized now. Also, I might mention this, that while it took very long in Liechtenstein, there are other jurisdictions who are still battling with the Abacha assets.
Okay. Another important question now is that, do you have any conditions you reached with the Nigerian government, or they reach with you before you finally say, okay, let us give this money back?
Our two governments agreed on asking the World Bank to monitor the usage of these assets. Above that, no conditions were imposed by our government.
From this money returned to the Nigerian government, do you think it's also a good idea if some fractions are being used on projects to help Nigerians that are living in diaspora?
Well, I'm not in the position to give the Nigerian government any advice on how to use those assets.
What is your advice for Nigerian government on how to fight corruption?
Well, corruption is one of the biggest evil that is a problem in all of our societies. And in my contacts over the years with members of the Nigerian government, I've come to the conclusion that they are very aware of this problem. Apart from that, I'm not in a position to give the Nigerian government advice on this. All I can say is that I've been working in this field for over 10 years now, and I think the awareness all over the world has risen, and also the competence of judicial authorities to fight this crime, and also to detect assets and to freeze them, and like in our case, finally confiscate them.
Okay, my last question. Thank you very much, sir. What is your advice for anybody thinking your country is a place for illicit wealth?
Anyone who wants to come to Liechtenstein to hide illicit assets is under a great risk that his illicit assets will be detected, they will be frozen, and they will be forfeited. So my advice is stay away from Liechtenstein. It's not a good place for criminals.
Thank you very much, sir, for granting us this interview. We wish you a nice day. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. We have just finished the interview, and we are opportune to have with us the president of the Yoruba Progressive Group of Switzerland, in person of Mr. Fatai Hamao. Mr. Fatai Hamao, the time you heard this news that the Liechtenstein government, despite the European financial crisis, could still be able to return 277 million back to the Nigerian government, what exactly is your reaction, or how do you feel about this?
Foremost, I have to thank African Mirror and Yoruba Progressive Group for making this interview possible. I was very happy indeed, because it's taken almost 16 years for this money to be returned back to Nigeria. We know this was a stolen money from Nigeria to Liechtenstein, and they found it in this economic crisis to return the money back to us, which is where it is needed. So we thank Liechtenstein government, and we're also using this opportunity to tell Liechtenstein government and the other governments like Luxembourg that the remaining money should be returned back to Nigeria, where the money is much needed.
What is your advice for the Nigerian government in terms of using this money to benefit Nigerians, both home and abroad?
Thank you very much. That is indeed one of the reasons why we are here today. We know that some part of the money was released by the Swiss government. Till today, we have no clue, no idea of exactly what was done with the money by the Nigerian government. But in this occasion, where we, African Mirror and Yoruba Progressive Group of Switzerland, we are going to ensure to interact more with the Nigerian government to identify the projects and possibility of monitoring where this money will be used, because end of the day, this money that was stolen has to be of beneficiary importance to the Nigerian people all across Nigeria, from Lagos to Maiduguri, from Maiduguri to Port Harcourt. Each and every Nigerian should benefit from this money.
Thank you very much, sir, for joining us in African Mirror TV. And back to you, I am Emmanuel Bamidele reporting for African Mirror Television in Liechtenstein. Thank you, and have a blessed day. Bye.